When calculating conductor ampacity, it's crucial to understand how adjustment factors and correction factors work, especially when both apply. The adjustment factor for ambient temperature and the temperature correction factor for conductor ampacity are distinct considerations. The National Electrical Code, specifically Article 100.1, provides guidance on this topic. The NEC recognizes that multiple factors can simultaneously affect equipment. This means that a conductor's ampacity might need to be adjusted for both ambient temperature and the number of current carrying conductors in a raceway or a cable. When multiple adjustment or correction factors apply, the code dictates that you must apply the most severe derating. This ensures that the conductor's ampacity is appropriately reduced to prevent overheating and potential hazards. Now, let's delve into the specifics. The adjustment factor is found in 310.15. B2 of the NEC address the number of current carrying conductors in a raceway, cable, or earth. When the number of current carrying conductors exceeds 3, the ampacity of each conductor must be reduced as specified in the tables. This is because the heat generated by multiple conductors in close proximity can raise the overall temperature, potentially exceeding the conductor's insulation rating. On the other hand, temperature correction factors, as detailed in 310.16 of the NEC, account for ambient temperatures exceeding 30 degrees Celsius, which is 86 degrees Fahrenheit. If the ambient temperature is higher than this reference temperature, the conductor's ampacity must be reduced to compensate for the increased heat. The NEC provides tables that list correction factors for various conductor insulation types and ambient temperature ranges. These factors are multipliers that reduce the allowable ampacity of the conductor. To determine the correct ampacity, you'll need to identify the conductor's insulation type, its rated ampacity from the appropriate table in 310.16, and the ambient temperature. Then find the corresponding correction factor in the table and multiply it by the rated ampacity. This yields the allowable ampacity at the given ambient temperature. So, what happens when both adjustment factors from 310.15, B2, and correction factors from 310.16 apply? In such cases, the NEC requires you to apply the most severe derating. This means you need to calculate the ampacity reduction resulting from both factors separately and then use the larger reduction. For example, let's say you have a conductor with a rated ampacity of 100 amps. After applying the adjustment factor for the number of current carrying conductors, the ampacity is reduced to 80 amps. Then, after applying the temperature correction factor, the ampacity is reduced to 70 amps. In this scenario, the temperature correction factor results in the most severe derating, so you would use 70 amps as the allowable ampacity. It is important to understand that the NEC does not prescribe a specific order in which these calculations must be performed. You can apply the adjustment factor first and then the correction factor, or vice versa. The end result will be the same, the most restrictive ampacity value. To illustrate this further, let's consider a practical example. Imagine you're installing 3 current carrying conductors in a raceway in an area with an ambient temperature of 40 degrees Celsius. The conductors are insulated with type THHN insulation, which has a rated ampacity of 100 amps at 30 degrees Celsius. First, you need to apply the adjustment factor for 3 current carrying conductors, according to table 310.15. B2. A. The adjustment factor is 100%, so there is no adjustment. Next, you need to apply the temperature correction factor. From table 310.16, the correction factor for THHN insulation at 40 degrees Celsius is 0.91. Multiplying the rated ampacity of 100 amps by the correction factor of 0.91 yields an allowable ampacity of 91 amps. Therefore, in this example, the allowable ampacity of the conductor is 91 amps. Remember to always consult the latest edition of the NEC for the most up-to-date information and specific requirements. It's also crucial to consult with a qualified electrical professional to ensure that your installations comply with all applicable codes and regulations. Proper conductor ampacity calculations are essential for ensuring the safety and reliability of electrical systems. By understanding and applying the adjustment and correction factors outlined in the NEC, you can minimize the risk of overheating, insulation damage, and potential fire hazards. In summary, firstly, determine if both adjustment factors for the number of current carrying conductors per 310.15 B2 and temperature correction factors per 310.16 apply to your situation. Secondly, calculate the ampacity reduction resulting from each factor separately. Thirdly, apply the most severe derating factor, meaning the one that results in the lowest allowable ampacity. And finally, remember that the order in which you perform the calculations does not affect the final result. Always prioritize safety and consult the NEC and qualified professionals to ensure code compliance. It is also vital to keep in mind that the specific requirements and interpretations of the NEC may vary depending on the local jurisdiction. Always consult with local electrical inspectors or authorities having jurisdiction (OJ) to ensure that your installations meet all applicable requirements. Additionally, consider factors such as voltage drop, conductor type, and installation methods when determining conductor ampacity. Voltage drop can affect the performance of electrical equipment, so it's essential to select conductors that are adequately sized to minimize voltage drop. The type of conductor material, such as copper or aluminum, also affects ampacity. Copper conductors typically have a higher ampacity than aluminum conductors of the same size. Furthermore, the installation method can impact conductor ampacity. Conductors installed in free air generally have a higher ampacity than conductors installed in conduits or raceways. This is because conductors in free air have better heat dissipation. In conclusion, accurate conductor ampacity calculations are crucial for ensuring the safe and reliable operation of electrical systems. When both adjustment factors for the number of current carrying conductors and temperature correction factors apply, remember to apply the most severe derating. Always consult the NEC, local authorities, and qualified professionals to ensure code compliance and safe electrical installations.